Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Earth 2 Girl World. Hopefully everybody's having a good evening tonight. I'm trying to have a good evening tonight. I think I should. Had a little bit of a technical issue getting started here. I had my headphones plugged into the wrong jack, so I wasn't hearing anything. That was a bit, gave me a little bit of a panic because I wasn't sure what was going on there for a few minutes. But thankfully I got that sorted out. Hopefully the audio is good for you folks tonight. Tonight, got the usual suspects, but we've got a pretty interesting mix. One moment, please. Yes, we've got an update on QLR, Quirky Loves Grifting, Quirky Love Rosee, QLG. Hijab of the Hut herself, Foodie Beauty, is raging. Such an angry, bitter rage when she went to Ottawa and after she came back. Like legit, really angry. As angry as I've seen her in, probably the angriest I've seen her all year. So that's going to be good. And of course, Glitter and Lazers competition is coming up this weekend. That is obviously big news. And Glitter and Lazers also is doing a new sponsorship with Amazon Health. And she's also possibly going to see, doing a secret appointment, traveling out to visit Dr. Amron. Kiwi Farm seems to think that. So there's definitely plenty for a full show tonight. I've also got the members stream coming up this weekend. Going to be experimenting with that, trying to cover a new, react to a new program. I'm going to be trying to react to a 90 Day Fiancé. If that gets copyright claimed, I've got some plans to do true crime to fall back on. So that should avoid the copyright claim if the first one does. So, all right, intros out of the way. Let's welcome you fine folks in. We got Southern Squirrel Nutty. Welcome in, Nutty. Hopefully you're having a great night. Grateful Life 151. Good to see you, Grateful. Hippie Easter. Welcome in, Hippie Easter. Good to have you. Remember Hippie Easter. Canada Cool Pondu. Thank you so much for coming by tonight. Going to be in and out. A little busy. No problem, Canada Cool. We're glad to have you here. And, that's what the replay's for if you're a little busy tonight. But yeah, glad to know you're listening and hopefully you're having a great night. Mr. Rella, good to see ya. Hey, well, sorry about the hubby's out, but hey, if he's not here, you can have a little fun with us, right? So glad to have you. And the crack pot. Oh, the crock pot. Oh, I said the crack pot. We got enough crackpots in here already. Good to know. I actually had a corned beef made in the slow cooker the other day. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was a low sodium corned beef. Not my first choice, but that's all they had left. Rory STFU. Welcome in, Rory. Hope you're having a great night. No problem, Duddy. And anybody who has to lurk, anybody who's going to be in and out, we're glad to have you. That's what replays are for, right? If you can't catch the full show. So thank you so much, everybody. I don't know if we're going to be running late or... I was feeling tired, but I feel like I've got a second win. So hopefully I should be good. A little thirsty. Enjoying my seltzer. All right, and I feel like we got the majority of you all welcomed in. Oh, Nirvana, welcome in, Nirvana. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great night. And if I missed anybody or there's any lurkers, anybody watching the replay, thank you so much for coming in, and hopefully you're having a great night. So I think we're going to get started with the content in just a moment. All right, I think it's time to get started in just a moment. Oh, we got Alizu here. Welcome in, Alizu. What up, tubes? Alizu, I hope are you ready for Glitter and Lazers' big Strongwoman competition this weekend? I am ready. I am so ready to hear about how she's, going to show up for her body and she's going to really, do what she has to, and she's not going to succumb to the pressure of the trolls online and feel like she has any obligation to actually show up. And I hope she goes to the competition. Like, I actually hope she's healthy and she makes it. But if she's not, and she pulls some BS last-minute excuses, well, I'm going to definitely say something about it. Now that would be pretty good. You know, she's got to have her performance enhancing, her energy drinks, right? Her pre-workout drink, the energy drink. So yes, so tonight, I think we're going to structure it like this for tonight. We've got a little bit more foodie content than I have the last couple weeks. So I think we're going to start with a foodie video. She's out in Ottawa. It's not too long, but it's a fun one. Some of you have probably seen it, but I'm sure a lot of you haven't. So we're going to start with that. Then we're going to cover Rosie and Glitter. Close it back out with a foodie, I feel like. Nirvana, it's wild how much weight they're all gaining. Glitter and Lazers is basically stabilized, but Rosie and Foodie are swelling up like crazy. Rosie's arms, her arms, they remind me of like a butterfly shrimp or a stuffed potato or something like that. Like they're just exploding up like a loaf of bread that's baking, that's rising. Like her arms are just exploding out. Oh, for Glitter and Lazers? Good question, hippies. In fact, we're going to be talking about that, how it's been 2 years since her lipedema surgery and it's her liposuction surgeries with really no changes whatsoever. The gains, right? Just some gains. Not the kind she wants, though. Well, that's good to hear, Lisa. I'm glad you got the PT going well at least. Because I actually hurt my ankle a couple weeks, like 2 weeks back. Thankfully, not as bad as yours, but still, it's no fun. So let me pull up the foodie video here. Foodie Raging is in the I got the second video is the newer one of Foodie's Rages. These are from the Looney Tubes, Looney Foodie Beauty channel, a really fantastic foodie clip channel. I love to use this one a lot. I'm going to post the link in the chat in just a moment. So Foodie goes to downtown Ottawa, and she is being really vile. And I guess I don't normally do trigger warnings, but let me do a quick trigger warning because Foodie is so obnoxious. Like you might get upset, you might get a little upset. You might you might start, I don't know, you might curse her out or just get really angry or who even knows. But she's being pretty darn vile in this video. Like she's just really nasty, disrespectful, even for her. So let me share the screen. We're obviously not going to watch the whole thing because it's going to run all night. And I'm probably not going to pause it too much. I'm probably just going to hit the mute button. So if we miss something good, I will try to rewind it. But time is going to be an issue if I try to run the full video. In the grassy knoll. Hold on a second. This volume is way too loud. Let me get this balanced a little bit better. And you folks, please let me know if the volume balance is good for you, because sometimes in fact, I don't know if my settings are going to be good today. I had a little bit of an issue with the headphones, so hopefully the volume settings will be strong.
Rev is here. Allahu Akbar.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely charming. I said I wasn't going to pause it too much, but this is definitely one of the highlights of the video. Foodie, the video starts here. This is an edit, I should add. I don't know where exactly Foodie's initial video started, but this edit from Looney Foodie Beauty channel, and I shall post the link, of course. This edit, she immediately starts off by shouting Allahu Akbar when she sees a group of Christians doing a public preach in downtown Ottawa. So let me read the summary also. 32126, beaver tail Beeze, another beaver tail. Foodie scoots to get a beaver tail and loses her phone while scurrying to find a spot to eat. Yeah, downtown Ottawa is pretty darn nice. She rides around with her phone sitting out in the basket, doesn't get robbed, doesn't get beat up, doesn't get mugged, doesn't even get pickpocketed, doesn't even get insulted or anything. Like Ottawa is a pretty soft place, which is not a bad thing. I think it's nice. It's good that people are able to feel safe. But I just think to myself, it's unfair how many people wish they could live someplace where they could just freely ride around like Foodie and not have to worry about being beat up or robbed or catcalled or whatever, right? Like there's just so many places where people have to put up with all kinds of nasty stuff, and Foodie is so blessed to live someplace where she doesn't have to deal with that. But what does she do? She decides to create problems by being a public nuisance. How? Well, she disparages a homeless guy on the train later. She's going to start talking about how smelly he is and how disgusting he is. And she's going to be saying it loud enough that other people can hear. So, and of course, she starts off by shouting Allahu Akbar in public at the Christian preachers.
Rev is here. Allahu Akbar. Nina, thank you, Nina.
We were all sinners. We were all lost.
Yalla.
Needed surrender. Needed a savior.
I did some
needed
shopping.
a deliverer. And he came running to save me and you. He came running to deliver me and you. Christianity is surrender. Understanding that we cannot save ourselves. Understanding that we cannot deliver ourselves. Understanding that.
Talking about not being able to save ourselves. Anybody remember when Foodie and Salah were standing, I want to say it was the beach in Kuwait, and they were standing by the ocean, and she said to Salah, if I fell into the water, would you save me? And she gave him like a cute little wink, like, hey, would you save me, big guy? Getting all cute. And he's like, how? How? And it's true. How would he save her? He couldn't even if he wanted to. He would need a winch.
We cannot earn salvation. That heaven is not a wage that we can earn. It's not something we can work for. You cannot work for heaven. My brother, my sister, you could be trying so hard right now, but you cannot earn heaven. You cannot work for heaven. Your works will never grant you heaven. Salvation is found.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
can
the
film
shot, the
outside.
suspension.
Anything here I can film, and people can't.
The suspension on his car, absolutely. If those Christian people in the video would be so kind to say a prayer.
No, Tim Hortons, Beeze. It's so cool downtown. I know, right? There's the Rito Center.
And hopefully the audio is, the volume is good. Maybe I should turn it up just a drop more. And yeah, there are some unkempt areas here, but I just was surprised by the overall lack of aggression in the people. Maybe that's a Canadian thing, but it was just nice to see a city that was crowded without people being aggressive.
Sorry, I'm holding my tea. I'm holding my phone with one hand. It's really hard. There's all people protesting stuff all the time.
Welcome in, Sense of Wander. Hope you're having a great evening. Donuts in the Scooty?
There's a lot of Jesus people here. American flag. So many weird.
And of course, Foodie has her own nickname for the people here, the Christians. She of course calls them the Jesus people, which isn't necessarily like offensive or anything. I'm not offended, but I think that she means it like in a rude way. But I'm not gonna dwell on it. But I think she's trying to like be disrespectful. But I'm not gonna dwell on that.
There's a lot of Jesus people. Yes, I know. Jesus loves everyone. Jesus all the way, they say. What's this?
Can I give you one of these?
What is it?
It's just reminding you that Jesus is your Lord and
Oh,
Savior.
I'm Muslim, but we love Jesus too.
You love Jesus
Oh, thank
too?
you. Yeah.
We all pray to the same thing. It's okay to do that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Typical Foodie. She talks so much tough. She's all that tough talk. She's gonna yell out, make a scene, try to be. Trying to think of a word for it. Not contradictory, but be. To grandstand and cause a scene, make a spectacle of herself, shouting at the religious Christians. But now when one of them comes up to her in person, she backs down and she's like, oh, well, yeah, sure, I'll take the flyer. But she has all this crap that she talks about these people the minute their backs are turned.
Oh no, how many Jesus pamphlets am I going to end up with today?
Stand on business, Foodie. If you're gonna talk so tough, at least
I don't want to
say,
throw
no,
them
I
out.
don't want your stuff.
This kid's like, what's
I don't
going
want
on?
your flyer.
Oh my God, I don't like coming downtown. It's so
Kid is
weird.
staring at her too. I love it. Little kids are so honest. This little kid is gonna break his neck. He's staring so hard at the one-ton woman. And can you blame him? She's got to be like the most shocking thing he's going to see in downtown today. I mean, unless he sees like some, you know, naked guy smoking PCP, Foodie Beauty is going to be the most horrific and worst memory he's going to have of this day for the rest of his life.
Oh, beaver tail bees. Beaver tail bees. Looks busy as hell. I know, it's very busy. I lost my hijab magnet, so my hijab is all messy. But anyways. How good the
kid is
the
still
guitar man is not
staring.
here to tell me
That
off.
kid has been staring for like the kid's gonna what? Stare for like an entire place. And the parents are just pulling him along. They're trying so hard to not acknowledge what he's staring at.
Next time I'm just gonna be like, listen, buddy, you're in public, so deal with it.
Look at that kid.
Like I'm not in the mood.
He's like breaking their necks, and of course she's getting a good look too.
It is watching me. Pistachio? Is it good? I want to try the cheesecake one, actually. Let me see what they have, guys. This guy playing tuba.
Oh, she's got her own personal theme song. She's got her own musician following her around, the tuba guy.
What kind they got? Where do we start here? Entrance. Okay.
The Foodie Jam.
Strawberry cheesecake. Sounds so good. This is the Beaver Tail building.
The little kid is still staring at her. You know, Foodie normally doesn't care at all about filming other people's children, but all of a sudden she's going out of her way to make sure that kid's not on camera because he's staring at her so hard.
I'm trying to fix the rotation. Okay. Thank you, Nina, for the gifts. Get the kebab beaver tail. There is one?
She looks stoned and sweaty and a little bit dirty. Like that's, I mean, I don't want to play skin police, but I mean, she probably should get a fine. And these, and you could really see the fat, her eye sockets. I know I haven't remarked on that in a while, but her eye sockets have really gotten even bigger. She's got like these fish eyes now, like these big fish style eyebrows, like you'd see on a grouper or something.
Hey, Scrape. Yeah. I went to Sephora. Hey, Squeaky.
She's got a negative interest rate.
I got a David's tea. Cold one. Pete would love this Sailor Moon song. They have apple pie. Avalanche.
Sunken sodium eyes.
The brownie one sounds good. Pistachio sounds good too. I think I'm gonna get cheesecake.
Hook him in, JV.
No, I have Tangulu for later.
Yeah, we call her sea bass.
You like kick better? I don't have any change to give the guy. It's freezing out. Kind of cold anyway.
Oh wow, you can really see her mustache or stubble.
Weird Bubby.
I always feel bad pointing that one
No,
out.
it's just a fat person eating something. Okay, hold on.
I mean,
guys.
but to be fair, she's the one pointing the camera doing the super ultra close up. Like, this is kind of like, she should kind of put like a warning on screen. Like the following images might be disturbing for some audiences if she's going to do these extreme close-ups with the HD camera. There you go. Zoom it out a little bit. We don't want to see that.
Hey, Chester.
Oh, and I think I should make a point to point out that part of that for anybody who's new here, because I know the other day I got some people kind of, I got some new viewers and they were a little bit, you know, they thought I was being a little bit mean, but that's because they didn't really have the context. In fairness, and when I provided some context, it helps clear things up. But just for anybody new, anybody who's not aware, the reason why I tend to go so hard at Foodie is because not because she's a big fat unkempt woman, but because she's such a dang hypocrite. Stick around and keep watching because you're going to see her could make a real ass of herself. Just be disrespectful, rude, and this is a regular thing. It's not like she had a bad day. She just is incredibly vile, disrespectful to others, no self-respect, and she takes advantage of her audience, who she calls her Beezers. So anybody just tuning in for the first time, keep that in mind if you think I'm being mean.
I need a cup holder, so we're gonna go park somewhere and sit and eat it. I'm 175. Hey, Tracy. How are you? I have some Jesus Saves pamphlets. I know, I need a cup holder.
And she's got her own personal soundtrack in the background.
I have nothing against Jesus.
You got everything against Jesus.
Christians preaching.
Seriously, with Foodie's religious, I'm gonna speed it up just a drop.
So I went shopping and I picked up dinner, which will be cold by the time I get home, but I'll just heat it up.
So she's been driving around the entire time with food in her scooty. She picked up dinner that she's gonna take home with her. I don't think that's dinner. I think that's her emergency snack. I think she got that so that if she's stuck somewhere for more than like 20 minutes, that she can have something to eat to comfort herself. You know, like when a toddler needs like a pacifier or like a blankie, or like if you have a pet, you need to put it in the carrier, so or give it like a bone or something to keep it calm. She needs to know that she has food with her at all times. She's got to have at least 500-600 calories of food on her at all times, or she's gonna go into like a panic attack.
I picked up a shawarma and I also picked up Shanghai 360 and Tankulu.
Tankulu?
No strawberries, actually.
What even is that?
Okay, I'm gonna go pick up my thing there.
And my apologies if I miss any comments, but I do want to. I'm trying to keep up with the video a little bit. But I will definitely be reading all your comments. I'm trying to read all your comments. Oh man, you know what? A bunch of your comments aren't showing up. Hold on a second here. A bunch of your comments aren't showing up. My apologies, folks. Yeah, I'm not going to give her too much of a hard time for that. I'm going to give her a hard time for zooming in, Alizu. I'm not going to give her a hard time for that. I'll leave that alone. Anyway, her phone slipped out of her hand, and she lost her phone. And this part here, I think she got incredibly lucky, because these kind, generous people showed up and they saw the phone slipped out. And what did they do? They saw the phone and they pick it up and they bring it right back to her, which is really awesome. Like, I think that's really cool. It's really nice, really sweet, and puts a smile on my face. These lovely folks. I'm sorry, Lisa.
Thank you. Something, I just found that out on the street. Somebody just dropped their phone.
I didn't mean to be rude.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh my God, yeah. You have a chat.
Can we end it?
Well, we got to end out.
Can we stop the chat?
Let's say hi to details.
No, it's recording.
Okay,
Sorry, guys. I like dropped you guys. Okay, Tracy, you don't have to call me. I'm good. Tracy! Call us. I literally dropped you guys.
Jesus, that jacket is really
I'll hide you guys. Somebody found, I dropped you, somebody found you, handed you to Beaver Tail, and then, oh my God, okay.
Oh, somebody said her hands look like alligator claws with those nails. I thought that was actually a pretty good description. All right, so let's look at what Foodie's eating here. So she's got this cheesecake strawberry beaver tail thing.
Were they strawberries? What did they say?
And by itself, I wouldn't say it's so bad.
They said that? Star Twinkle that deleted you.
Foodie just looks really dirty here. She really does. The jacket looks filthy, and she
I don't
just
know where
looks
I
like
got
she
you
needs a
guys.
good wash.
It's good, but it's not as good as the triple trick.
So I'm gonna skip forward. Well, actually, no. She eats this like in 2 seconds. I don't need to
This
skip
story
forward.
doesn't turn
She
this off.
finishes this thing in like 2 seconds.
I didn't even know where I dropped you guys. It's a strawberry
Yes,
cheesecake.
though, she probably has a lot of dirt under those nails. I can totally see that.
I know Tracy. I was like, stop calling me. No, I know you guys
So
are
she,
worried.
I mean, this is sped up a tiny bit, but she finishes this thing in like 2 minutes, not even. She just, look
about
how
that,
she
guys.
just pounds the entire thing in. I mean, it is edited a little bit, to be fair. This is sped up a tiny bit.
No.
But
think
look how
it's
much she's
rock.
putting in her mouth in one bite. That's crazy. That's crazy. She eats this thing in I think 6 bites.
The other beaver tail was better.
So I'm gonna skip forward just a
Very
little bit
simple.
here. She drinks this entire tea now. This big sweet tea.
She photos up like one. It's nice to see people cheery and happy, having a good time. It looks smaller, Tracy?
She really does look a little bit homeless with that dirty jacket.
My hands are cold, man. I'm hungry.
She's still hungry. You just
Shawarma.
ate the entire beaver tail. And don't
was warm.
forget, she's on her GLP drugs. She's on her double up GLP dosage at this point. This woman's complaining that she's broke. Well, I shouldn't say she's complained she's broke, but she complains she has no money for her medicine. She has no money to pay for her cost of living. She needs more money from the Beezers. She's buying takeout 3 times a day, every day. She's spending so much money on this stuff. It's crazy. And then she talks later about how she doesn't like being a consumer. And now she's digging into this shawarma sandwich that's cold, and she's been carrying it around for like an hour. This cold sandwich has been in her pocket for how long?
I better not overdo it. Thank you, Andy.
I think you're right, Beeze. Thank you so much for the membership, a renewal. I appreciate it very much.
The last one was more exciting, Emily, I agree.
Rosie's unwashed hair, I love it. Welcome in, Rosie's unwashed hair. If you need a scrub, go see somebody else. But glad to have you in here tonight. Yeah, we're going to be covering a little bit more Rosie later, in fact.
I like to move it.
Thank you again, Beeze. That's 5 months now.
Headphones. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to your topic.
Glad to have you.
You guys know me, eh?
Right from the beaver tail to the iced tea to the cold shawarma sandwich. Like I can't hate on the beaver tail too much because I got a sweet tooth. I could see myself eating something like that. But then to follow it up with the sweet tea as well, that's a bit much. And then to have this cold shawarma afterward, that's just nasty. That's just nasty.
Thank you.
And she's got her theme song playing with the tuba. If I could, if I lived in Canada, I would pay that guy to follow her around. Like next time she's there, if I was there in person, I would just give the guy $5 and be like, please follow that woman. Thank you, Hippieista. I've not personally taken it, but I've heard the same thing. Okay, I want to point out this lady in the green jacket because people say sometimes that I hate fun and that I'm mean. I I think this woman is having the time of her life, and I'm happy for her. I'm not making fun of her at all. I think this lady is everything Glitter and Lazers thinks she is. Glitter and Lazers thinks that she's that quirky gal just dancing by herself and having fun and just doing her thing and not harming anybody. Because if that's what, that's perfectly fine. This lady here is what I think Glitter and Laser sees herself as because this lady is genuinely endearing, at least to me.
People smoking joints and enjoying the songs.
Like she's just bopping around.
It's a peach iced tea unsweetened. There's no sugar. I hope it works for me, but I don't think it's gonna. I'll give it a chance, but if not, then I'm not paying for nothing.
I'm so sorry, Roz.
Tuba busker. You're the lady.
He loves every bit of you from your giant butterfly shrimp arms to your lovely freshly washed hair, of course. He appreciates every drop, Roz. You're the queen of girl world.
The turquoise. Hold on.
Oh, Nirvana. That's a
Yeah, I know people who are on those two, so.
darn good insight right there. That's a darn good insight. I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to say that whenever I watch those catfish shows, that's something that always like kind of sticks out to me, is that you get these people on there and they talk about how they have all these online boyfriends and girlfriends, but they invariably, like, they don't even have like they don't even talk to anybody. Like in real life, they don't even like know anybody. But online, they've got like dozens of like beautiful and wealthy and interesting and all these people just breaking their door down to know them online. And they don't think there's anything suspicious with that. So I just think that's kind of, like the reality speaks for itself with this kind of stuff.
It just depends. Can you take us back to see our friends at Beavertail? You don't make any changes. Well, it's supposed to make you want to do changes, right? Like it's supposed to restrict, make you feel full. I don't. Manjaro?
Yes, the Manjaro thing. I'm going to take just a second to address that here with Foodie. Skip ahead just a little bit also. The Foodie, the Manjaro thing. It's from my understanding, hippies, that it's supposed to be like a little bit like a weight loss surgery kind of thing, where if you overeat, you get upset stomach, you feel nausea, you indigestion, you just your body doesn't feel good. It just kind of tells you to not eat so much through a I'm trying to think of the word for it, through a just through making you feel uncomfortable. My glossary is failing me. So just the fact that Foodie is able to pound away the food like this without the slightest bit of any kind of discomfort is either she's not really taking the medication or she's got a really impressive determination to eat, that she's able to eat through it.
Look at this little dog. It's weird to me that cars can drive through here. Excuse me. I need to get the garbage. Hold on. Oh. Sorry. Say bye to your friends at Beavertail. They took good care of you guys. They took good care of you guys.
All right, so let's skip ahead just a drop.
People, Mexico. Viva la Mexico.
All right, here's Foodie B. Foodie's monologuing while she drives through the downtown is probably the most distasteful part. Just because, not because she says anything like that's so specifically like horrible or like, oh my God, that's so horrible. I wasn't like that offended or anything like that. But it's just so rude and nasty, all of it. It's very misanthropic.
People were drunk. It's Saturday. Can I go home this way? I never took this one. I don't think so. I think this goes west, if I'm not mistaken.
So she's basically going back the way she came.
Rito, Parliament Hill.
So she's passing back through
Mexico.
the Christian.
Viva la Mexico. What is that? A huge needle. What are they protesting against? go to the Mexican bar. Hello, hi.
On camera?
Yep.
Go, Jesus is Lord.
There's a lot of. Thank you.
That kid's too much. He's like, am I on camera? And he starts dancing.
Jesus people, more Jesus people. Japanese Jesus person. Oh, is that?
He calls him a Japanese Jesus person. Didn't she realize that was a Korean flag? Like, come on. Like, I don't think she's trying to be offensive. I just think she's ignorant. She doesn't know the difference, but whatever.
Oh, that's not the Japan.
The cannabis shop. I wonder if I'm surprised she didn't stop here. At least that. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't the video start with her right around here? It just kind of picked up with her already in downtown. What are the odds that she started the video by going to the cannabis shop and then turned her camera on? Anybody think that? Maybe? That makes a lot of sense, actually. Because she was basically not too far from here when she started the video.
Like the Japan flag here. Yeah, I think it's Korean flag, guys. North Korea, Jesus. Is that North Korea or South Korea? I'm not sure.
That's an interesting theory.
I thought it was Japan at first. But I'm ignorant sometimes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
She needs a new Roman.
Beeze and wet bees. Are these little Jesus people? Aww.
Well, Rosie, you got to put Rosie's unwashed hair. You got to put your safety first. I mean, stop. You know, you got to stop putting your subscribers' happiness above your own safety, right? I know that's what you want, though.
Christian people, just Christians. Oh, I already have one. Thank you. Christian. Actually, I start screaming Allahu Akbar.
That's your soulmate.
So, how about no? Okay, we're going to take the train. Can I take the train here? Yes. After these messages, we'll be right back. Sorry. Oops.
Of course, some burps.
Too much tea. Hi. Hi, Asan. Is that a hobo? Maybe. There's a lot of them here.
Is that a hobo?
Is hobo a slur?
You talking about yourself, Foodie?
The only thing that Ozempic is doing for me is giving me diarrhea.
Okay, now this is where it starts getting good or bad, depending how you define it. Oh, and for anybody not aware, we're not going to be doing all Foodie tonight. I'm not doing this, just covering a little more of this video, and then we're going to be moving on to some Rosie and some Glitter and Lazers. But we probably will be closing it out with a little bit of Foodie at the end as well.
I don't know if there's a restroom here. Here I go again.
Is there a restroom? Do you even need
Scare the
it?
turtle.
Oh, which reminds me, Foodie the other day was complaining about the Muslim community doesn't accept her. She's only gone to a mosque twice. You folks know that? 2 times. And maybe more than that, but only 2 that I know of, certainly. And maybe some of you here has seen more than I have, because certainly I have not seen every bit of Foodie content. But I've seen her go to the mosque twice. Once was to take to do her reversion prayer when she became a Muslim for the first time. When she actually took the prayer, and they gave her a Quran. She went to the women's side of the mosque, and the lady there witnessed her and gave her a Quran. And the only other time that she ever went to a mosque that I can remember is when she was traveling with Salah, and she had to go to the bathroom, and they stopped at a mosque so she could use the bathroom. And that was it. Those are the 2 times she's ever gone there. And they let her use the toilet. So for her to say that they have not been welcoming, well, that's just crap. That's just not true. They've been too welcoming, if anything.
Disgusting, but what, you don't go to the bathroom, I suppose?
Not.
But yeah, it is gross. I can't lie. I don't feel good now.
So she gets on the subway here. And she's going to start complaining about a smell in just a minute. Listen to this complaint.
It smells like a barn.
It smells like a barn, she says. Like a barn. apologies if I missed some comments. The chat's not catching up fully tonight.
Someone smells so bad.
Someone smells so bad. Is she talking about herself?
Really? Is it really? I don't know. Weird burping. Like really bad cheese and burned animal shit.
Like really bad cheese and burned
Mixed with
animal
this.
crap. That's what she says it smells like. She looks really toasted here, right?
Like unwashed ass from like 1929.
Like unwashed butt from 1929, she says. She's really going to talk about how somebody else smells. It's only going to be worse under there, Foodie. It's not any better under that jacket. What are you doing? That's where it's coming from. The smell is from inside the jacket. The call is coming from inside the house. The smell is coming from inside the jacket.
It's really strong. It's burning my nose. I'm not kidding.
Burning her nose. Not kidding. And I'm repeating this mostly because she's so it's hard to hear her, but hopefully you can hear it the first time. So she badmouths the homeless guy. She gets off and then she keeps complaining about how the smell doesn't go away. So here she is. She gets off the thing.
Exit 3.
She pulls that over her face.
I don't mind the smell of spices and oh, thank you very much. Oh. Thanks. Really, Chad?
This lady just stares at her phone. This woman behind her can't stop looking at her. Right? The smell is coming from inside.
Put a camera on him and shame him for stinking. Like, it's hard for homeless people to, especially with mental illness and addiction issues, to fucking.
I mean, if you're serious, I can't blame you. They do look good.
Shower, you know. But it was so bad. Like it was
scooting down the street.
It was reeking something fierce. Like I've never smelled anything like that in my life. And I have a strong stomach, but yeah, how do we smell like milk? I don't know.
It smells like rotten.
That's the sound of the bees
Milk.
working on the bees. Bog of eternal stench. You smell bad. Yeah, that from the movie.
So she talks about the
Ransom went over
smell
today, by
for
the
like
way.
the next 10 minutes.
Ludo, yeah. Can she fit in here? Oh, sorry. Oh. Anyway, catch the next one because this is a really small elevator. And the lady wanted to get in with her big stroller.
Okay, so let me put on. So I'm gonna let this run for just a minute more.
I mean, some of them do smell, and I feel bad.
I'm actually going to go get the Rosie, or I'm gonna get the Glitter and Lazers content, and then we'll do the Rosie after that, because the Rosie content's pretty short. And I feel like Glitter and Lazers, I really want to cover her Glitter and Lazers tonight. There's not even that much, but I want to cover that material. So let me pull up the Glitter and Lazers videos here. Oh, here's the best one. The best one, we're going to start off with the best one first. She is angry. Why? Because she posted a video. Glitter and Lazers was in a doctor's office the other day. Posted a video in the doctor's office, and apparently everybody got mad at her. Or she got mad because people thought she was there to get gastric bypass surgery. How crazy, right? To think that she would get weight loss surgery, or to think that she would even need it. But yeah, we got Glitter and Lazers on tonight. Oh, I got the wrong picture for Glitter and Lazers. Let me see if I got the right one. Oh well, we're just gonna go to it. So here we go. Glitter and Lazers time, folks.
Posted on my
Let me get the volume adjusted a little bit.
story yesterday that I was like going to the doctor on my like core account.
Oh, also let me introduce it a little bit. Say Glitter and Lazers is a 500+ pound social media influencer. She is notorious for spreading misinformation and lies to her audience, junk science. She promotes unscientific cures for health problems that she doesn't even bother to get diagnosed. She lies about what she eats. She lies about what size she is. She lies about how she got there and how she stays there. Everything she presents is BS, and she wants to be a role model for other people who are really unhealthy, which is absurd on its face and really just almost maybe kind of evil in a way, like actively steering people toward unhealth is a pretty nasty thing to do, but she's content to do it as long as she's paid to do it. That's one other thing. For all of her bad faults, for all of her faults, presenting all the misinformation and junk science, she won't do any of that for free. She only does it because she gets paid. She doesn't do it out of the passion. She does it purely for the money. So with that out of the way, let's watch this video of the gal herself.
Oh, I posted on my story yesterday that I was like going to the doctor on my like core account. And the amount of messages I have in my DMs about whether I'm getting gastric bypass surgery, y'all.
The amount of messages in her DMs. She's just smelling her armpit. Did you notice that? Like she's like really shocked. She just keeps sniffing her armpit.
I can't anymore. Also, to my girls that have had gastric bypass surgery, no judgment. Make the best decisions for your body. My problem is that when we see a plus size person go to the doctor, we assume that they're there to get weight loss surgery. And I think that says a lot.
How is that a problem? How is that, first of all, how is that inherently a bad thing? That's like saying, oh, well, that's like, I have a problem with when we see somebody with a broken leg going to a doctor, we assume they're there to get a cast on their leg. That's kind of problematic thinking. We really shouldn't be stereotyping people with broken legs like that. Maybe they don't want their leg to get better. Did you ever think of that? Maybe they like having a broken leg and they're perfectly happy the way they are, and they don't need you to tell them that their leg needs to be put in a cast. So I really don't like the way that we stereotype people as needing cures for their illnesses. I think that's very demeaning and depersonalizing. I'm being purely sarcastic. I hope everybody can realize.
A lot about how we view health in relation to body size. And personally, with my issues, if I had had weight loss surgery, it actually would have been very detrimental to my health.
Wow. I'd like to ask people in the chat why you think that would be. Because I think because I've watched this video, I can tell you she doesn't really answer that. She just kind of leaves that hanging. Where she says, if I had weight loss surgery, it actually would have been very detrimental to my health. Why? Why would it have been so detrimental? I can think of a reason why. But is she going to provide a reason? Spoiler, she doesn't. So anybody in the chat, if you'd like to give me your thoughts on why you think that Glitter and Lazers would make such a claim, I'll be happy to check it. I know the comments are not updating properly, so I may miss one or two, but I will try to take a look at them in just a moment.
And it took a doctor that looked at my total health versus just my size to actually help me improve how I felt and function in my body. And honestly, that
the irony that she says it took a doctor looking at her total health rather than just her size. The irony to that is that her health is so much worse than just her size. Like if you just look at her size, you might think that she only has, maybe some joint pain or maybe high blood pressure or maybe diabetes. But it seems like this woman has everything wrong with her. She's constantly talking about all the inflammation, connective tissue disorders, lymphedema, lipedema, all these other conditions that she has that aren't even necessarily indicated by her size. So I think it's kind of humorous that she suggests that a doctor looking at her entire health picture is going to see her as being healthier than a doctor who doesn't really look at her closely. Let's rewind that just a drop.
versus just my size. I had had weight loss surgery. It actually would have been very detrimental to my health. And it took a doctor that looked at my total health versus just my size to actually help me improve.
Oh, we got a good comment here. Welcome in, Uncomfortable Ginger. She refuses to get the mental health help that would make weight loss surgery, and that would make weight loss surgery useless, dangerous. I am 100% in agreement with you on there. I think that I think the way that it could be dangerous for her is like you say, where if she doesn't get any real, she doesn't really address her eating issues. Even if she got the surgery, she would just overeat and cause the surgery to. She would cause her stomach to rupture, because they reduce the size of your stomach so that you can't eat as much. If she just got that surgery and continued to eat the way she does, she would end up with serious health complications. So I think in that way, maybe it's for the best she didn't get weight loss surgery. But I don't think that's what she meant.
Into say total health versus just my size to actually help me improve how I felt and function in my body. And honestly, that's still an ongoing process. I'm not a simple case. But if a doctor hadn't done the blood work and seen my issues and just signed me up for surgery, it would have been the wrong choice.
So in other words, everybody here who's saying that, oh, well, weight loss surgery wouldn't work for her because of her psychological issues, we're wrong. Yeah, it turns out we're wrong. Glitter and Lazers said the real reason it wouldn't work is because her blood work. What? How does that make a lick of sense? Let's listen to this once more, because this is such a short video, but it's a very dense one.
And function in my body. And honestly, that's still an ongoing process. I'm not a simple case. But if a doctor hadn't done the blood work and seen my issues and just signed me up for surgery, it would have been the wrong choice.
So the doctor checking her blood, giving her a blood test, is what made them realize that she was a bad candidate for surgery, because they realized that her she had fatty liver. Her numbers were terrible when they gave her a blood test. Is that what it was? They realized it wasn't safe to do surgery on her? Because I can't imagine what else she could mean. Oh, welcome in, Miss Jarella. Good to see you again. Darn right, it Beeze. Yeah, exactly. Liver. Probably some numbers on her liver. I'm not sure. I'm not educated enough to know exactly what readings would disqualify somebody, but one of those, right? I get that feeling too, Uncomfortable Ginger. Anna strikes me as somebody who is who's not used to going without. Yeah, exactly. Oh, maybe she failed the psych test. Probably. All right, let's keep it going here. Just a short video we're starting with here.
I will say this, and it's maybe because this account is now private that I feel a bit more bold. Maybe it's good for me. Maybe it's not. We'll find out. But over the past 3.5 years, I've really focused on health, and I've made so many changes in my life, and they've been generally positive changes I've wanted to make, because as I've made them, I felt better. I've done it slowly, I've done it realistically, and I've done it in a way that my life is built around those changes.
What changes? What frickin' changes? Can you name one specific change, Glitter? Can you name a specific change? Because the only change that I'm aware of is you've been going to the gym and doing deadlifts. That's it. Your only change has been deadlifts. Lots and lots of deadlifts. And you're dead wrong if you think that's made any significant difference in your health. Let me rewind this just a drop, because I want to make sure I didn't miss something.
No, but over the past 3.5 years, I've really focused on health, and
Over the past 3.5 years, I've really focused on health? Press X to doubt. Ring the alarm. That is a lie. That is BS. That is simply untrue. If she means focused on health, I mean only to the extent that she's avoided it. I guess avoiding something is a form of focusing on it. You could focus on something to avoid it. Okay, I guess. Focus on something to sabotage it. I guess that would be correct.
made so many changes in my life, and
So many
they've been
changes in her life. What changes have you made? Have you even cut down your drinking at all? Have you cut down your eating at all? The only changes you've made have been, instead of lying about how much you walk, now you lie about how much you work out. Actually, I take that back. She does seem to be working out for real. But the results are not coming. And the only explanation for that is diet is horrendous and the workout is not really tailored around results. That's what I'm thinking.
on health, and I've made so many changes in my life, and they've
So many
been
changes.
generally positive changes.
Generally positive changes. So what are the ones that are for the worse? I'd be interested to know. I'd be interested to know what changes she would acknowledge are for the worse. I've been drinking more.
Changes I've wanted to make because as I've made them, I felt better. I've done it slowly, I've done it realistically, and I've done it in a way that my life is built around those changes.
What are the changes? What changes have you done over the last 3.5 years? Chat, come and you got to save me here on this one because I am not saying it. I am not saying it. It sounds like she failed the psych test again when she took this. Darn right, Jamie. If she was focused on health, she'd have some results. She'd have a result. Forget results. She'd have a result. She'd have a single. She'd have lost like 1 pound by now, right? Like she'd have something that she could, some concrete result that she could show.
That to me is what true health looks like.
Glitter, even you don't believe that. The look on your face is telling me even you don't believe what you just said. She doesn't have the obvious tells like Foodie when I know that she's lying. It's a little bit harder to tell when Glitter's lying simply through her body language. I mean, it's easy to tell when she's lying because you could just analyze her statements and it's clear that they're bull crap. But if you just go by body language, she's a much better liar than Foodie. She's a much smoother liar than Foodie. She doesn't have the obvious physical tells. But still, this is the face of somebody who is totally full of crap. This is a liar face. And I don't mean her face is, I don't mean this is the face of a person who lies. I mean this is her lying face. This is the one she uses when she lies.
And I may never be a small girl. And sometimes that still frustrates me. I literally cried about it last night. I mean,
all she ever talks about is how she doesn't want to get smaller. Every time she makes a post about the gym, she says, I'm living large this year. I don't want to get smaller. I want to take up space. Hey, girls, show us that you're taking up space in the gym this year. You're not trying to lose weight. You're trying to gain muscle. But you're crying that you're not smaller? All you talk about is how you don't want to be smaller and how you love your candy, juicy thighs and you love your... Are you lying now or are you lying then? Which one is it? Because you can't be telling the truth.
for all the good choices I make, I wish it showed up on my body in the way that it shows up on other people's bodies, but it
This might be the most out of touch and just most delusional statement I've heard from this woman in a long time. What a poor victim she is. Poor you, Glitter. You are just the most victimized woman on the internet. That it doesn't matter what you do because changes just don't show up on your body like they do for other people. Like us, we're all just so blessed. Everything comes so easy to us. Or don't forget that. It's not even that it comes easy to us. It's that it's possible for us. People like you people in the chat, you're able to improve your life in some way. And you don't realize how lucky you are that you're able to actually have some impact on your own life. Glitter is just the most powerless victim who ever victimed. She can't do anything to help herself, and even suggesting that she could is really hurtful and rude. And you really should think about that before you're so cruel. This is the biggest crock of crap, and this video in specific, not the person speaking.
That to me is what true health looks like. And I may never be a small girl.
What?
And sometimes that still frustrates me. I literally cried about it last night. I mean,
Canada Cool, you're going to be in the competition. You're going to be able to see the competition. Oh my goodness. You have to get pictures, video, anything you can get. Just please don't do it in a way that I don't have to say, obviously you're not going to do it in a way that causes any distractions or anything. Obviously you're going to do it but yeah, as long as, whatever way you can that doesn't, intrude on anybody's space, but feel free to take as many pictures, and I cannot wait to hear about it, Canada Cool. I am going to really appreciate any coverage you could provide on that. And I think that would be really awesome too, because maybe you could even come on and as like a call-in. Yeah, you could totally call into the show if you want, and like give us like a rundown of the event. That would be really cool if you wanted to. If you're not comfortable doing that, you could just share whatever. But yeah, but if you're comfortable doing that, I'd love to have you on to come on. You can tell us all about it. Yeah, all you need is if you have a smartphone, you don't need a separate mic or anything. You can just call right in with that, and we could we could post some some pictures or something. Yeah. No, very cool, Canada Cool. Very cool. Yeah, this is such sad fishing crap. Thermodynamics don't work on it, or Canada Cool. Matter can't be. She has no ability to affect her body in any way. Mass just grows onto her body. She doesn't have to eat. Doesn't matter what she does. Her body just gets bigger. No physics involved. No chemistry. I think that's just because it's really dirty, but it's possible. It's possible. I haven't really paid a close attention to her hair. In fairness, this may sound crazy. Anybody who watches me regularly might not, anybody who doesn't watch me regularly might think this sounds insane. But I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. I'm just trying to be funny, and I'm just trying to be, provide some interest, some good analysis. And it comes across a little mean, but that's only because it's impossible not to come across mean when you're discussing somebody like Anna. There's just no nice way to describe her. You get what I'm saying? There's just no nice way to talk about a lot of this stuff. So that's where I stand on that. I get you. I get you. I mean, I don't really focus on it that closely, but yeah, it's seen better. Her hair's seen better days. Although it could also be filters and stuff, so I wouldn't put too much into it. No, absolutely, Canada Cool. Absolutely. No, I'm not worried that you're going to do anything inappropriate. I just know that I don't want anybody listening to think that I'm encouraging you to get in people's faces or anything like that. Obviously, I'm not. But anybody listening, of course, that's not what I want. I would not want anybody to do that. So yeah, let me keep going here. I got some more content.
For all the good choices I make, I wish it showed up on my body in the way that it shows up on other people's bodies, but it doesn't, and that's life. But the fact that I can do and live the life I can live now, which is so much more of a life than I had before, is what should really matter. It's what we should talk about.
This is just absurd. This video started off with her talking about how crazy it is that people would think she needs gastric bypass surgery, to admitting that she's a total hypocrite and a fraud, that all of her BS talk about how she doesn't want to lose any weight is all a lie, and she actually wishes that she could. And then she says that even though she wishes she could, it'll only ever be a wish because physically it just could never happen for her. She's just not blessed in that way. And I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that it is harder for some people to lose weight than others. Some people just have I don't know if it's a slow metabolism or a fast metabolism or what you call it, but some people are going to struggle more than others to lose weight, whether they have more fat cells or maybe they have thyroid issues or hormone issues, or just there's a lot of factors involved, and I have a lot of sympathy for that. Some people it's going to be a little bit easier than others. Some people are going to struggle to put weight on. Some people are going to be super skinny and they're not going to have any any strength. They're going to be scrawny. They're not going to have any shape. And that's not good either, right? So a lot of people struggle. And for Glitter and Lazers to act like she's the only person who's ever struggled and failed is really dishonest, and kind of laughs and kicks dirt in the faces of everybody else who's ever, really struggled and tried and genuinely failed. Because there's people out there who genuinely try and fail. That's a thing. There's people who really work hard and they don't succeed, but you know what they do? They dust themselves off and they try again. So let me pull up another vid, because I've got another good one here from Glitter. This one I think is really interesting. I'd never seen this one before. This is like a behind-the-scenes video of her preparing to record her workout videos. So let me share this. I'm going to grab a seltzer while this plays. I got to mute the music because of copyright. I'll be right back. This video is going to run. So I just think it's interesting how for this video look how long she spends preparing to do the lift. I'm not a power lifter. I've always done more like a circuit training kind of approach where I don't like to take a lot of time between sets. I like to quickly move from one set to the next. But I'm also not doing high weight lifts relative to my ability. This lift here, again, I almost feel like a broken record, and I almost feel like a curmudgeon always criticizing her form. Like I almost feel like obnoxious doing it. But what else is there to weightlifting, right? Like if you're not doing good form, then what are you even doing? Like you're just herking the weights up and you're not really, there's no skill. Like that's the skill of weightlifting. The skill of weightlifting is the form. Being able to move the weight in a safe and controlled manner. That's the skill of weightlifting. It's like being a musician. The skill of being a musician is being able to accurately and consistently perform a song. If you just get up there and you just smash the keys, it doesn't matter if you've been playing for 5 years. If all you can do is smash the keys with your hands, you haven't really learned any skills. So I'm going to say that with Glitter and Lazers, that even if she's managed to increase the weight on the bar, her actual performance is really not improved very much. Like she doesn't ever seem to really have control over the weight. She always looks tired. She does not have a full range of motion. She doesn't even have she barely even has partial range of motion. Her range of motion is so limited that it's questionable if you could even count the exercise at all. Like I don't even, these are squats, but let's see how much actual depth she gets on these squats. And I'm not a good squatter. I'm not going to act like I can do much better. I've never been a good squatter. I have strong legs, in the sense that I can move a decent amount of weight on like a leg press, but I've just never really done much squatting, never really learned good form, and I don't know. I guess I don't think my body's really built too well for it. But I could improve, right, if I really worked at it. But I just want to get that out of the way. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to act like I could do so much better on this lift. On the other lifts, I have good form. On the other lift she does, I could do better. But the one lift that I can't really do much better is the squat. I don't have a good squat. So let's watch this lift here. She's getting in position in the frame. She's grabbing the bar. I don't know what she's doing at this point. She's been standing in that frame for like over 30 seconds, just massaging the bar, just stretching her body out. And there's nothing wrong with stretching out before a lift. I'm not trying to criticize anybody if you do like to take some extra time before your lift. It just feels very performative. and it almost feels like she's killing time. It doesn't feel like she. I don't know. A lot of this is supposition, but I don't feel like this is at the, you know, she's tired out. She's already done so many lifts that she needs to take a few minutes to recover before she attempts the next set. I feel like she just works out really slowly. I just get the impression that she's not in a hurry, that she's not really, that there's no cardio. I'm kind of rambling in a way, but I'm coming to a point here. So yeah, thoughts? Do you folks have any thoughts on this? Let's go to the chat here. She can lift a lot of weight. I'll concede that, Ginger. She can do a lot of weight. I don't have sisters, actually. No, I don't. Do not have sisters. I'm an only child. There is going to be Rosie. Not a lot, but there is going to be some Rosie. I don't really have any videos, but I do have some social media updates of hers I'm going to be going through. So let me go to the other video we've got here. I do have a couple. I have a few more videos from Glitter. They're fairly short, but I do have a few more. Let's see what I got here. So here's the actual contest prep videos. There's like 5 or they're like really short, but I've got like 5 of them. It's like 5 little quick videos. So let's let. Here's the first one. Whoops. That's just funny. Okay, this video is funny, and I actually like it because I feel like she's able to laugh at herself a little bit. I can't hate on this video. I like this video. I actually genuinely like it. Not because she's getting hurt, but because I think it shows, it actually shows a little bit of humility for once. So I like that. Made it relatable. Okay, the next one. These are all really short. Next one.
I'm gonna try to get this out, but I just had a really cool experience at the gym and I wanted to share it. I was doing my leg work and there was a coach training a lady, and he was like, you need to stop listening to diet advice from Instagram. You need to listen to your coach. You need to listen to your body. You need to listen to your needs and not a post on Instagram. And I was just like, what a wildly refreshing take. And I'm so glad I got to hear it today because I needed to.
I love that the woman who's always giving diet advice on her Instagram is so happy to hear somebody else telling, don't listen to Instagram influencers for your health advice. That's your entire job, Anna, is being an obnoxious Instagram influencer who gives people bad advice on health and diet. Like, if you didn't give people bad advice on diet, you wouldn't give people any advice on diet. So it's just incredibly ironic and just oblivious that you don't realize that he's basically talking about people like you. You think that she's talking about like someone like Eugenia Cooney, but he's probably talking about you, Anna.
I'm tired. I'm gonna try to get this out, but I just had a really cool experience at the gym and I wanted to share it. I was doing my leg work and there was a coach training a lady, and he was like, you need to stop listening to diet advice from Instagram. You need to listen to your coach. You need to listen to your body. You need to listen to your needs and not a post on Instagram.
Right? Don't listen to those Instagrammers.
And I was just like, what a wildly
So we got another one here. This is apparently Glitter and Lazers getting ready for the competition. She's doing cardio to get ready. She used to walk 3 miles a day, but riding this bike is too much, I guess. I don't know. This is the prep. This is the prep. We got a couple more short vids like this. Just going through them. Let me cut off the music. So I've said this. I feel like I say this every week on her form. But if you look at these squats, they're like a half good morning, a half squat. I like that her legs are bent. That's good. But her hips are so far hinged, she's not really using a lot of legs to lift this weight. It's mostly lower back and butt. It's really just the butt and the hips doing most of the work The legs, the thighs are doing very little because her hips are so splayed out. Her knees are pointed out. And the hinging at the waist is again, not a good look. But I'm broken record at this point. So let's continue. Last heavy workout before the competition. I'm clearly starting to lose my mind. This past month has been hell. Lots of change, lots of stress, and lots of unknowns. Mentally, I've not been in the best space. However, what happens at next Saturday, I'm proud of myself for not quitting. I'm thinking a past version of myself might have. If she quits, she better not quit after this post, is all I can say. All right, floor presses. The intimidator. I wonder why she's doing the floor presses in specific, but I mean, nothing wrong with doing floor presses. They give you a little bit more of a tricep focus as opposed to a bench focus. And I hope this is a shadow and not a stain on the crotch there, but we never know. But I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say it's a shadow this time, just because I don't want to dwell on the thought that it's not.
Yeah, I'm not going under.
That looks so dangerous, doesn't it? Like, look at this. What kind of a lift is this? This is called the hurt your back lift. Look at this crap.
Yeah.
That is how you hurt your back, or how you're going to hurt your back. The fact that she has not suffered an injury yet is pretty amazing, and is a real testament to the strength of this woman's skeleton and her joints and her ligaments. She has been blessed with an incredibly powerful frame, and I hope she appreciates it, because the average human being, not just the average woman, the average man, anybody at this age, jumping headfirst into powerlifting and strongman and doing it this poorly with no emphasis on proper form, absolutely should have some serious injuries at this point. That she does not is a testament to either incredible luck or just having an indestructible body.
I'm not going under.
Indestructible body. Indestructible.
I can't get out.
Foodie has the luck of a cockroach, and Anna has the physical durability of a cockroach. She has the resilience, the physical resilience of a cockroach. And of course, we've got some fans of Anna's. This is the most inspiring fitness journeys I've seen on social media. Can't wait to meet you at Texas Strongest Man. Canada Cool, is this your post? Is this your post? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's that guy from the gym. I was going to say, because I know that you're very much inspired by Glitter and Lazers. I mean, you know, inspired to do the complete opposite, but still, that's a form of inspiration, right? I'm so excited to meet you with your wife. So you can tell me how amazing, so she can tell me how amazing I am. And we've got a second fan post here. Can't wait to see you compete on the 28th. I'm driving over an hour to be there. I've always wanted to weightlift, but I felt insecure on my size. Does she mean that she feels she's too big, or she feels she's too small? Like, I could understand either one of them. You know, like she feels she's too scrawny. She can't lift any weight. You know, I will say this. Doesn't matter whether you're... Glitter or laser should show that you can never be too big. And I've seen some really small, scrawny people do really well in the gym. So you can't be too small either. I mean, you can be too unhealthy, though. So talk to a doctor. But if your doctor says it's a good idea, then absolutely go ahead and get in that gym and build some strength. So let me go to the next content here. So here's a little more competition talk.
My competition's on Saturday. I do not feel prepared. I got some crazy news yesterday, and my life just feels like a little bit out of my hands right now. And so what I'm going to do is just my best. I'm just going to do my best.
Is that foreshadowing and dropping out?
It's been so wild. My
that-
competition's on Saturday. I do not feel prepared. I got some crazy news yesterday, and my life just feels like a little bit out of my hands right now. And so what I'm going to do is just my best. I'm going to MLD because that's the day I look most trash panda-y. It's my aesthetic when I have MLD days. Trash panda. Love it. Always know when I'm going to MLD.
Okay, so just a couple more glitter vids, not a lot. Let's see. Got this one here, which I think was a really interesting one. This is from Kiwi Farms. They were kind enough to post this clip from an old video of hers where she talks about her family history. So we're going to read this just really quickly. I've suffered loss before. Both my mother and sister have passed away. My mother died because of asthmatic relations, and my sister died because of her lower intestine infrared. If you don't know what okay, this is captions, so some of the captions are a little bit wrong. I might not have the exact words, but I'm going to assume she meant lower intestine infection, because I've read elsewhere that that's what the condition that took Anna's sister was an infection. So I'll presume that's what she meant. No, what infection is, it's where one of your organs just stops working. And if you see sometimes when people talk about, infarction maybe. Is that a word? I've heard that word before, infarction. So maybe. About gastric bypass and encourage gastric bypass. Actually, I'm adamantly against it because that is what killed my sister. She's never really come out 100% about it. But just speaking, when I say that she puts out junk science and misinformation, gastric bypass won't kill anybody unless the complications kill. Complications can kill you, but the surgery itself is safe. It's not a dangerous surgery unless it goes wrong. So I don't appreciate her spreading misinformation and fear-mongering about potentially life-saving surgery, implying that the surgery is what killed her sister. I don't know exactly what killed your sister, but if you're not willing to give us the actual story, I think it's fear-mongering and potentially dangerous to attribute your sister's death to a safe medical procedure, or a relatively safe medical procedure. Oh, wow. Canada Cool with the big super chat. Thank you so much. 1999 super chat. Canada Cool Pondu. Thank you so much. I read that Dallas Meat is a national qualifier. There's only 3 in her division. So if she does not show up, she ruins it for the other 2 ladies to qualify? Because there's a rule that at least 3 or more must be in each division. Now that is an interesting wrinkle. I was totally unaware of that. I originally thought that Anna was hoping to be the only person in her category or in her division. But now I realize that would have actually been worse for her. So it makes sense that they need 3 people there so they could, have some show that you actually beat somebody to qualify. You didn't just win by showing up. So it makes sense why they would want to have at least two other people there to give some legitimacy to the competition. So for anybody unfamiliar, Canada Queer is discussing the strong woman competition, or the strong man, strong woman meet that's occurring in a couple weeks in Dallas. Texas Strong Strongwoman qualifier, I believe, is the name of the competition. That's where Anna is going to be doing her strong woman performance, or her second one, rather. She's doing the first one this weekend, and in 2 weeks, I believe 2 weeks, she's going to be doing the second one here in Dallas that Canada Cool is referencing here. So thank you so much, Canada Cool Pondu. Thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciated. And thank you for the membership as well. And thank you to everybody, all of the members, all of the viewers, all of the lurkers. Appreciate all you folks very much. And I really enjoy doing these shows. So glad to have you. So many fine folks come by. You help make a lot more fun for me to do it. So let me pull up some more content here. So there's just a little bit more Anna content, not too much more. Oh, here's a fun one. Look at this dance she does. So if Anna better not drop out of the competition, because this is a video of her moving vigorously just like a couple days before the competition. This is also in a hotel room, which some people on Reddit believe is in Utah. They believe this is the same hotel, I think that's what they said, that she stayed in when she was visiting Dr. Amron. It's been almost 2 years since Dr. Amron, and she recently said she got some big news. Does anybody else think that maybe that big news came from Dr. Amron about her lipedema and that she's incurable and there's nothing else they can do? Well, I mean, if it is, we're going to hear about it sooner or later. So anyway, here's a video of Anna dancing vigorously despite having or I guess because she feels so confident about her upcoming competition. Right? And at first, it's like, hey, you know what? She's actually moving pretty well for somebody her size. Not so bad, right? Considering she's 500 plus pounds, she's moving pretty well. But somebody on QE Farms was kind enough to edit the video. And this edit they were kind enough to provide us with only shows her feet. Let's look at how much, or how little rather, footwork is actually going on. Okay, so she's taking a few small steps. And notice how the carpet is deforming under her feet. The carpet is practically being ripped up. Her feet are pushing so hard against the floor just to stand. Wow. And notice how she balances on the middle of her foot. Her arch is completely flattened out. So she just balances and puts all of her weight right on the middle of the foot where her arch should be, which is a really odd look. Like, I'm used to people either walking on their toes or the balls of their feet or maybe on their heels, even the sides. To see her walking on the middle. She's taken less steps than a relapsed alcoholic in that video. Less steps than a relapsed alcoholic. I like that. That's a clever analogy or metaphor. All right. So here we go. Here is a video by somebody else, another influencer who also has lipedema, who also is a patient of Dr. Amron. Also a patient at the Advanced Lipedema Treatment Center where Anna got her lipedema treatment. This is a 4-minute video. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing, but I want to watch at least a little bit of it. I'm not aware of this woman's name. I got this video off QE Farms. I don't have any knowledge of who she is. I have no personal stake. I'm not going to crack jokes on her, so if you're here for that, I apologize. I'm not going to be insulting her or anything like that. But I do want to hear what she has to say, just very briefly.
So I just got back from my almost 1-year follow-up appointment. I am 11 months from my first surgery and my 9 months from my second surgery of lipedema extraction. And I had been feeling disappointed with the results that I was seeing so far. And I had a list of things to address, and I didn't even have to bring them up because my surgeon was just as surprised and shocked with my lack of progress too. And we concluded that
yes,
the surgery didn't work for me.
So she's here saying that this is a woman who was a patient of the same clinic that Anna went to, who had the same procedure, the liposuction cure, I guess you would call it, the liposuction cure for lipedema, where the doctor had told her that diet wouldn't work, exercise wouldn't work, the only real solution would be to get liposuction. She got the liposuction. That was 2 years ago. In that time, she feels that she hasn't really gotten any relief, which is interesting because Anna claims to feel like her life is so much better in every way. She says that the surgery has fixed her life, and it's the only reason why she's able to do anything now at all, because her life was just unlivable before from the pain of the lipedema.
So, now what? Now what? Because I am sick of feeling trapped in a body that doesn't respond to diet and exercise, that hurts when I'm hugged, that will continuously get worse if not treated. So now what? Now what? What do I do now? My surgeon did suggest that I consult with a specialist to do some conservative treatment, conservative non-surgical therapy, maybe get back on.
Which is interesting here. I'm not going to pick on this lady because I don't know her story, but it's just interesting to me to hear that, because I remember going into the lipedema saga, Anna's whole story was about how she'd already tried all of that, how she'd already tried all of the conservative treatment. She'd already tried the diet. She tried the exercise. She tried the compression suit, and she tried the massage, and she tried all that, and none of it worked. That was the whole story going into it. So it's interesting to hear that now, after trying all of that and it not working, and getting the liposuction and that not working, now they're telling her to try everything again that didn't work the first time. I feel for this woman if I take everything at face value. I really feel for this lady.
On a GLP-1, I don't know. I feel like I've tried all those things.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. So
it's got to be frustrating.
Yeah. Today was extremely discouraging. And
I don't know what this lady's story is as far as does she diet? Does she exercise? I'm not really sure. So I don't want to get into all that. But it's just interesting to hear her story.
I don't want to be a guinea pig. I don't want to be a unicorn that, oh, this never happens. Like,
I'm sorry, Elisa. We're going to get to it in just a minute.
It happened
like
to
in
me.
5 minutes.
And I need to figure out what's next, because my first thought was, what did I do wrong? I didn't wear the compression right. I didn't do the MLD right. I took that on really quick. And then I'm doing my best to realize, no, it just didn't work for me.
So I'm not going to play the full video here because I don't want to pile on this woman. It sounds like she's having a hard time and she's really depressed. But I just thought it was interesting to show that Anna's not the only person this surgery didn't work for, and I don't want to presume too much. I don't want to act like I'm an expert on something that I'm not. So I don't want to get up here and start criticizing the entire field of plastic surgery as treatment for lipedema, or excuse me, liposuction as treatment for lipedema. But when Anna first got the procedure, I was skeptical at how effective it would be. This woman doesn't seem to have gotten especially good results either. I'm going to be interested. I don't know how I'm going to be able to really research this in any detail, but it's going to be interesting to see how few people get relief from this procedure, because I just can't imagine very many people getting a successful result. I've got a feeling you're going to have a lot of people like Anna who are convinced that it helped them a lot, even if it didn't. And then you're probably going to get people like this woman here who are a little bit less optimistic as far as the situation. So you know what here? All right, you know what? I do have a little drop more Anna content, but I think we could save that. I think we can do the Rosie content now. We got enough demand for the Rosie. Let's get the Rosie, because I do want to cover Rosie too. So let me pull up the Rose. The Rose by any other name would still be fat. So let me pull up the channel of hers where we have the social, where her posts, her updates on her situation. I don't have the latest video because I'm not a member of her channel. And even if I was, I don't know if I really want to show that video, because I don't know. She just posted it. It's the new members content. I figure I should let it stay up for at least a couple days before I copy it myself. One second here, I'm just pulling up her channel. So let's go over the posts that Rosie recently made. She's made like 2 or 3 big posts. I'm not going to read all of them because some of them are really long. It's going to take me like 20 minutes to read it. So let me give a little background here. Let me pull up my little notes that I have because I have some notes as well. My notes here about Rosie. A few months ago, she couldn't post, or she didn't make content on her YouTube channel because she was too stressed out, too much stuff going on, too many trolls, whatever. So she didn't really want to make content. She didn't really stream on her YouTube channel. Then she got demonetized on YouTube. And she was all panicky. And she was like, well, I can't do videos on YouTube because I'm demonetized. But what I can do is I can go on Twitch because I can't make videos for free. My time is too valuable. And I can't make content for my audience unless they pay me a certain amount of money. I don't work for less than a certain amount of money. I won't even get out of bed, basically. So she's like, I need to get paid to make content. So her audience says, well, why don't we get you monetized on Twitch, Rosie? And then you can make videos on Twitch for us. Oh, I'd love that. Thanks. So they get her monetized on Twitch. They get her enough subscribers and enough viewing hours that she's now able to make money through producing streams on Twitch. What does she do? She doesn't make streams on Twitch either. She decides not to. Why? She gets remonetized on YouTube. Or maybe, excuse me, she made like 1 or 2 streams on Twitch. She made a couple on there. Then she got remonetized on YouTube. So she gets remonetized on YouTube. And anybody in the chat, if my timeline's a little bit off, please, I'm more than happy to, anybody wants to volunteer some correction or some clarification. Because this timeline is off the top of my head, so it could be a little bit distorted. But after she gets back on YouTube, remonetized, she advertises her subscriptions on YouTube. She's like, hey, everybody, sign up and get a subscription on my channel. I want to be able to give you folks content, and if enough of you subscribe, I can do it. I'm going to be doing members-only content that's going to be in Texas, where I'm going to be going on a trip to Texas to stay with my new boyfriend, Remy. This is me speaking as Rosie, of course. And we're going to be in Texas, and we're going to be live streaming and making videos for you folks. And so make sure you get a subscription so that you can see that. Well, after she gets to Texas, she says, I'm unsafe. I can't make videos anymore. But you folks can still subscribe. Here's a link. So now let me pull up the actual videos or the actual posts where she addresses this. Pretty damn lazy. Did she make stuff? We're about to address that in just a minute. Canada Cool. We're about to get to that. Very false advertising, Elizu. Well, you're going to get a dose of it, Elizu. A small dose, at least. That's right. Glitter had the lipedema, not the lymphedema. Did I say lymphedema? I misspoke. Lipedema. Thank you, Jamie, for the clarification. So let me pull up the little posts here from Rosie. So the first post that she made is right here. Oh, actually, hold on. I had that visible the whole time. Okay, so you can kind of see that. New members only exclusive update dropping in a few hours. Love you guys. Thanks for your love and support. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let's go back. 10 days ago, she made this first post. Hey, everybody. I'm back in Texas. So everybody got all excited when she made that post. She made a stream going live in Texas. People liked it. Did they love it? I don't know, but they enjoyed it. Well, a day or two later, a few days later, she posts, I think she may have, yeah, here you go. Some new members only content. Oh, wait a minute, did she delete the post? Hold on a second, I think she deleted one of them. But I've got it still. I can go to QE Farmers and get the post. Oh, no, here it is. Never mind. Here's the post. Okay. So it says, new members only content coming soon. Then she posts this. Sorry for scrolling so much. In my members only content, I explained I was not going to be able to get more out of the higher quality content I had planned while in Texas. Due to the context, I have not wanted to get into depth about while here for my safety. I uploaded a short edited clip to explain this. In the middle of the filming, oh, you know what? She actually did have a video. If you folks haven't seen this video, I can pull this up.
Do things a bit differently. And I'm so happy to be here. I have been having such an incredible time. Pretty much almost majority off of my
So this is the only video she made while she was in Texas, basically.
phone, except for when I've had to be, which is why I'm filming this right now and getting this up when I can. I needed to provide some updates to you guys. There will be no more lives for the duration of my trip.
So this is where she drops the bomb that you're not going to get what you paid for. This is the video where she tells everybody that. Really nice of her to share that.
And I want to make something very clear. This was my decision. I actually made it, honestly, without even really talking to Remy about it because of some stuff I'm about to get into. And I'm really, really sorry to any members that signed up wanting specifically member-only lives. My compromise, and I promise you, I have a good reason, and I'm gonna get into it.
It's a really good reason, y'all.
But I promise you this, before I leave, there will be a members-only exclusive pre-recorded video up, and if I'm able to, I want to try to get one piece of content up to members only first, and then make it public. I would like to. I'll be honest, this decision I am making, it's coming at a significant financial loss to me, but it is what.
A significant financial loss. Oh, because you're going to refund the memberships? You're going to refund the memberships that you. What financial loss is this?
It is like I'm not. That's not my priority. My priority is the safety for me and like people that I love and care about. So as you guys know, I went live. Well, if you've been watching, you know I went live before this trip, and I talked about how I just knew something was being coordinated. I didn't know.
So keep this in mind now. She says, I went live before the trip, and I knew something was being coordinated. So when she was asking people to subscribe and become members so they could get exclusive content of her trip to Texas, during that begathon that she was doing, asking for those memberships, she already knew that there was going to, that people already were conspiring against her. How did she phrase it?
The exacts, but I had enough information to know that something was going to happen while I was here. And
so she already knew that something was going to happen here before she left. So before she left, when she was asking for the donations and the memberships, she already knew something was going to happen in Texas, apparently.
I will not be going into explicit detail about parts of it because I will not be commentating on any information that was garnered, sourced, farmed through very invasive means. I am not going to be bullied into a face reveal. You can go fuck yourself on that front.
I'm not going to be bullied into... I love how she says her safety. She's so afraid for her safety, and she's busy cursing out the people who she's so afraid of.
We are... Honest to God, like I'm having an incredible time with him.
Hey,
and,
welcome in. Callie?
Given the amount of information that has been happening, I have filed some privacy strikes. I will continue to file privacy strikes. I will not stop filing any.
And my apologies for not doing the members only stream last month. I know it's hypocritical. I didn't do my stream last month, but that's the first time I missed it. And we're about to have the members only stream this Saturday, so I apologize for that. But I had a lot come up last month. But yeah, I totally agree with you folks, though. If for some reason I knew that I was not going to be able to do members content like in advance, I would tell everybody. I would say, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this content. If you want to drop your membership, I totally understand. I would want to inform people of that because I would feel dishonest promising something that I knew I couldn't deliver.
privacy strikes that include any images, any personal details of which that were not published by me, any videos that have any of that kind of information. Please feel free to forward me that information so I can continue to file more privacy strikes. Or I guess we technically, but he is a private person. And he wants to be in.
Okay, I didn't dig too deeply into Remy's personal life, partly because I didn't know where to look. but seriously though, I did watch like a video that talked a little bit about his history, and without, I don't remember a lot, but just the basics. If he's so private, why is he posting about his personal dating history on Reddit? Reddit is like the most public platform in the world. That is like social media that is totally public. There's no hiding and only having your friends see it. If you post it on Reddit, you're posting it for the world to see. So I can respect him wanting to be private, but why is he posting all that crap on Reddit?
Involved in my life, and he wants to be involved in my content to the degree that he is comfortable doing because he loves me. And he wants to be a part of my life and my world, and he doesn't want to change that, and neither do I. But we are going to do things a bit differently. And I'm really, really grateful to say that we are more than good, honestly. And I'm not going to let hateful, bigoted people affect that.
Bigoted people, that's a new one. Like, I mean, I can understand, like, I feel like Rosie tends to just throw words out without really analyzing the meaning too much. But it's just, that's a bit of an odd insult for the people who are, she has a problem with.
I'm gonna say this, and I may or may not edit it out.
The bigots, all right.
Because what's so frustrating is these things that are being dissected are genuinely like innocent nothing burger posts that are just making fun of someone, like sharing parts of themselves on an anonymous website that honestly, like, there's nothing wrong with anything being said. It's just information that can be weaponized by malicious people.
Can be weaponized by, this whole thing is just really putting a lot more meaning into this than I think is fair. Oh, good point, Elizu. The picture of Remy was a picture he posted himself. It's publicly available. If she could not want people to use it, but a privacy strike is a very specific type of violation. It means that you're using information that's not public, and that's what makes it, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to reveal somebody's private information. So for her claiming that unlawfully, she's abusing the system, which is really, and encouraging others as well, right? Totally Canada cool. Like, and Rosie is always doing that. She's always asking people to subscribe, and then she just disappears for a month. Then she comes back a month later, and she's like, oh, I missed you all so much. I missed you all so much. Hey, everybody, don't forget to subscribe. I really look forward to making more content. And then she disappears for another month. She does that every month. She shows up, for like a week, she makes some streams, tells everybody how much she misses them, and then she disappears for a month again. And then she gets upset if people imply that she doesn't want to give people their money's worth. Thank you, Elizu. Rosie spills everything. She cannot help but share. She wants to be a public figure. She is a public figure, and then she gets upset, and she claims that she's being attacked and victimized because people have some minor interest in her life when she goes out of her way to interest others.
And
speaking of others and memberships and everything, let me take a moment to thank all of my channel members. I always like to say thank you, but I like to single y'all out. And I also like to single out Canada Cool as a Tier 2 channel member, Doctor's Associate. As the Tier 2 channel member, you are entitled to an individualized shout out every Wednesday stream. And anybody else who becomes a Tier 2 member, you also will get your individualized shout out every Wednesday stream. So thank you so much. And of course, thank you to all of the channel members at all tiers. Let me continue here with the Rosie.
To sit there and use someone's sexuality against them, when I mean I've stated on this channel that I am bisexual and he is bisexual and we're both queer people in like a hetero presenting relationship, you know, like, so
I thought he was bisexual and you were sexual. I get it mixed up sometimes.
for this to become like a bigoted thing is really fucking gross. Like, let's sit there for a second. I might edit this out again, I don't know, but there's just so much that I'm having to come to terms with.
I think Rosie is so used to like throwing these claims of unsafe and bigoted attackers and all this. It's almost like a formula where she just kind of has a script that she follows. Oh, they're bigots and they're attacking me and they're making me unsafe and they don't want me to be happy. She can never address the actual situation and say, you know, I really kind of overshared. I revealed too much about my relationship before I had barely even started it. And now people are asking all these questions and I can't put the cat back in the bag. It's too late. I really shouldn't have revealed so much so soon. Instead, she's going to be upset and angry and blame everybody else for what she's done.
Like, coming to terms with all of this has just been very, very difficult. When I did the live, like my first live in this kitchen, and when Remy came home, people were like kind of clocking that like I seemed weird and that things seemed off, and they were.
They clocked that you seemed weird. Well, that's normal.
Not because of us. I was hiding the fact that the day before that, someone called a wellness check on me to my home in Florida. They timed it right when my brother got home from work. And
okay, now I want to just go out. I just want to make this clear, and I don't think this is going to come as a surprise to anybody. I do not support weaponizing the authorities, be they the police, the fire department, ambulance, anything like that, to bother someone or harass them or call. I am so against that on every way. I don't care how much you dislike somebody. Obviously, nobody here is doing that, so I don't need to say that to anybody in this chat. But just for anybody listening who's not a regular viewer, just want to make that very clear that, of course, I oppose that. With that out of the way, thankfully, it seems like it didn't result in anything. In any kind of a problem. It was a wellness check. It was not a swatting, at least from what I understand. And if they were really concerned about his wellness, you'd think they would call when Rosie was home, because that's when you should really be concerned. When she's gone, he should be okay. So I think that it was disingenuous to call the police when Rosie was not there. If you're really concerned about Levi's wellness, you should absolutely be calling when Rosie is there with him. Not that you should ever call. I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic. Don't call.
And I was trying to operate business as usual. So the vibes were weird because I was uncomfortable. And honestly,
Seriously?
I've just been trying to find the compromise of like going live a few times while I'm here. And then
I think I feel like in girl world, like the heterosexual people might be the minority. Maybe not the minority, but it's pretty, I feel like this is a very diverse place. And so for Rosie to try to claim that people are somehow being very bigoted and discriminatory, it just doesn't come across as authentic.
And moving on, and, because I'm finally monetized, I can finally help my family. And so again, it's like, and like we need it. And so again, it's like, coming out of a personal financial loss for me. It sucks.
Comment of the year. Oh my God.
And
they thought she was dead because they hadn't seen her for a couple of days. Like, right there. She got stuck in the bathtub and drowned. Well, hold on. She certainly didn't get stuck in the shower washing her hair. That's for damn sure. Look at that greasy mop. Oh, speaking of greasy mops, I got a picture comparing Rosie and Foodie. You folks might like this one. Where is it? Here we go. 1 second here. Pull this up. Check out that bad boy. Oof. Foodie versus Rosie. I mean, I know they manipulated the angle a little bit, but still. And this is an older picture of Foodie. This is back when her hair was better. But damn. Rat's nest. Excuse me. I'm turning into Foodie with all this noise.
So it's just, I'm gonna enjoy my trip, and there will be vlogs, but I want to make it very, very clear. I've seen every post. I've seen everything. I've known about a lot of this since the end of January.
So again, she after this video, she makes a post talking about how she's not going to do any more content because of her safety. But this entire video, she repeatedly confirms that she's so smart and so aware that she's known about all of these trolling plans for a long time now. So why were you asking for memberships to make content that you knew you couldn't make? Because nothing's changed since before she left for Texas. Everything that's stopping her from making content now has been an issue before she left. Since before
these people have been sitting on this information and waiting to release it and use. And again, it's like at this point,
that actually makes a lot of sense.
Between like the wellness check,
seriously though,
and everything else, and everything that's happened since back in December, like
100.
What I need people from like Gorl World to understand is when I say this, I'm not talking about the entirety of the reaction community. I've said this before, I think in my last live. There's a section of people that hide within Gorl World that use it as a cover to cyber stalk. What is happening right now is cyber
stalking. Okay. This is such a stretching of the definition of stalking. This is an insult to people who actually deal with like real stalkers, because stalking is a real thing. It's not funny. Like people have died from stalkers. Like it's horrible to think about. Like celebrities deal with it. Like people deal with it like with an ex-husband or an ex-wife or like a current like relationship. Like people deal with stalkers who are crazy and dangerous. And to imply that people posting a publicly available photo are stalkers is just it's not right, it's not fair, and it's insulting.
Stalking, and at this point it's gang cyber stalking, which
it's gang cyber stalking. It's Rosie, it's not stalking. It's just not. You're a public figure. If anything, this is what I would call having a fan club.
Unfortunately, isn't the first time I've experienced this. And this goes beyond reaction content. This goes beyond making fun of me, thinking we're cringy. You know, I guess at least the one bright side to this is this confirms the conspiracy theory that he's fucking 21 instead of 25.
I'm sorry
wherever the fuck that came
Rebecca.
from.
I hope things are better now. But yeah, that's awful to hear. It's a real thing. Like I've known like people who've had to deal with that. It's miserable.
Is, you know, not true. At least that's been kind of settled. Because, you know, being called a predator and shit because I'm in a relationship with an age gap with someone who
That's another thing that was funny. And the only reason I made a big deal about the age gap was because Rosie herself, I don't remember which video it was in, but I could probably find it if I look hard enough. She was talking crap about somebody who was like in a an age gap relationship that was like 5 years apart or something. Like it was really like a tiny, and she was like, oh yeah, that's like grooming. That's like so creepy. She was acting so morally superior because somebody was in like, it was a really minor thing too. So that's why I gave her a hard time. Not because I think it's a big deal. But I just want to make that clear.
I met when he was 25 is fucking weird. Like, people are being...
It's because you said it was weird back when it was somebody else, Rosie. That's why you groomed your audience to think it was weird, to think that it was weird behavior, and now you want to be upset that they're agreeing with you.
Insane. They are making up shit and stating it as fact, and everyone's just believing them. It's alarming. And so... at this point, I'm rambling a little bit. Again, I don't know how much of this I'm going to edit out, but I kind of want to circle back for a second. I'm definitely going to have a members only exclusive video up in the next week or so to make up for the fact that for my safety, I cannot go live.
For my safety, I cannot. Why? It doesn't make a lick of sense. So because somebody posted a picture of your boyfriend, and because some people may have genuinely been worried about your safety, they might have actually thought you had passed, or maybe your brother, who knows? But they didn't call a SWAT team. They just called somebody to make sure things were okay. I mean, maybe it was a little bit premature, but it was not the craziest thing ever. For you to say that means that you're too unsafe to even go live. Well, what do you think is going to happen? You think people are going to storm your house like in RoboCop? Like the guy's just going to come in your house with a gun and just start shooting you and your boyfriend?
And I'm genuinely sorry.
You're genuinely pathetic.
I wish
con artist.
I could change it.
Look at that buffalo hump. Jesus, she's got like an actual neck pillow. She's got a built-in neck pillow. She doesn't even have to use one when she lays down.
To the people who paid, the people who support me, I appreciate you, and I am sorry.
I appreciate you, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm not even going to offer you a refund. I'm so sorry that you fell for this scam yet again, where I get you to sign up for another month of subscriptions, and then I tell you to be patient. And then next month, I'm going to tell you the same thing. Oh, everybody, make sure to sign up. Make sure you get your subscription. I'm going to need y'all to be patient because I'm not safe. I can't make content because I'm not safe.
I may get one piece of pre-recorded content up at some point.
But what is that? What does safety have to do with getting up, posting a video? Why can't you post a video? Everybody already knows you're in Texas. What's going to happen if you post an extra video early?
It's not going to be like my intro vlog. I might just be something random, that's like low edit effort, because I don't want to spend my time here editing. I've been soaking up every moment with my boyfriend, and I love it here. I think Texas is cool. I love this area.
Yep, I think we just got the real reason there. Like somebody in the chat just said as well, Canada cool. Yep. Yeah, I think so too. She's just being a lazy bum and doesn't want to really make content for her members, because this happens every month. Every month. She just likes to go on the live and use it for therapy. She doesn't go on and make content. She goes on there and whines about her personal life. That's all she ever does. She wants to get money and she wants to get sympathy. And making videos for her members doesn't really do either, because she already got the money and I guess she already got the sympathy too, right? Oh my goodness, Elizio, I did see that. And like she's going to ruin the upholstery. She's going to put a stain on that chair with her greasy hair.
That's like low edit effort, because I don't want to spend my time here editing.
Don't want to edit.
I've been soaking up every moment with my boyfriend, and I love it here. I think Texas is cool. I love this area.
So that's basically the majority of this video. So I'm going to go over her social media posts, and I think we're probably going to end it with that. But before we do, check out this picture. You want to see how big Rosie is? This picture is stunning. Like, if you this fupa on the side, it looks like she's facing to the right. But then if you look over here, it looks like she's facing to the left. It looks like she's facing two directions at once, because her belly is sticking over both knees at the same time. It's shocking. She's using her left fupa for a tray, and she's using her right fupa for an armrest. She's got a double fupa. That is, holy crap. And her legs look like they look soft. They look like she's lost any muscle tone in her legs. Look at how soft and flabby they look. You don't really get a good look at her legs, but they look soft, like they've lost the muscle. So let me pull up her stream update. So here's the one that she posted. This is we're talking about the clip that she posted. So she also posted a clip to her members only, which I have not seen. She says she currently has 70 gigabytes of video footage. Anybody in chat know how much video footage that is? That's approximately 20 hours of live stream quality footage. Yes, if it's Ultra HD or even if it's regular HD, it'll be less. But if she's using regular quality video that she normally uploads, that's 20 hours of video. Good luck editing that, right? Well, I could totally see that, Eliza. She probably doesn't sleep well at night. She probably wants to say that it's because she's doing the nasty, but it's really because she's doing the wheeze. I mean, look at that arm. That's not a healthy arm. All right. So in the clip, she explains, someone calling a wellness check, blah, blah, blah. Constant harassment myself and Remy have received. What constant harassment? The doxing attempts. The person that followed us for an hour to get 2 photos of us. Okay, I got to call BS on that one. Why didn't you call police? Why didn't you go to a police station? Why didn't you do something other than just let them follow you for 2 hours or for an hour? You should have called the authorities, reported them. Person allegedly pretending to be Remy's ex. Reddit posts deep dives of Remy's personal Reddit. How is that a reason to stop posting? Keep in mind, she's saying that these are the reasons why she cannot post. Because people are looking at her boyfriend's old internet history, she can't post. She can't make videos for her fans, for her members, because people looked at his Reddit. She can't make videos for her audience because somebody called the police. She can't make videos for her audience because somebody followed her to get a picture, allegedly. This is more than enough reason for me to have posted nothing while I was here. So she's going to punish the channel members because a few trolls? I'm not going to apologize for protecting myself. To call me a scammer because I uploaded a clip is insane. And I'm kind of paraphrasing because my voice is starting to run out. If you're not willing to wait, feel free to cancel your membership. That is why I'm not doing the lives. I simply don't want to give people a reaction. This is a reaction. Bottom line is I can't win. Well, that's because you suck. Every single move I make is the wrong one to these people. Every single move you make is the wrong one because your intentions are bad. You have bad intentions. I've done the best I can and won't apologize. Your best sucks, and you should apologize. If it didn't make it clear enough, the exclusive content is still coming. I do apologize for that. The exclusive content is still coming. But why is it not here? I'm not going to apologize for prioritizing our safety. I'm simply not. Are you giving refunds? My non-reaction. And the comments are kind of roasting her. She deleted a few of them, but I would still encourage you folks to check out the comments yourselves. And so we got one more quick post. Hey members, I'll see y'all Friday at 6 p.m. Currently disconnected from my comments. Expect public lives sometime next week. Looking forward to hanging out with the Quirky crew again. I've really missed y'all. Stay tuned for updates. Yeah, what a bunch of crap. Let's see what the comments are. I bet she deleted them. So you asked for people to become members for the specific content, and once again, nothing. I will not be fooled again, I can tell you that. Your members deserve better. If you don't deliver on your promise, I wouldn't be surprised if you lost your channel. That's a harsh reality you need to hear and take seriously. Your live says a convo you need to have with members, but they have heard your side. I think that might be a typo in there. You need to listen to them. They're the reason you can pay your bills. Darn right. This is your job, Rosie. You say that you don't have a job, but you kind of do, and that's this channel. And if this channel is your job, you gotta come into work. You know what's embarrassing? Posting saying you're something along the lines of wanting to express other points of view, but won't hear things you don't like. You receive 90% criticism comments from your members. Only 3 to 4 people who support you spoke up in favor. Out of 51,000 subscribers. Does that not tell you you've done something wrong? Disconnected from comments because you can't handle that paying members are calling you out for something they are 1,000,000% valid on. Being a fraud and a thief, along with being a feeder relationship. Good work. You're doing so good at life. A real winner. The lies just keep getting exposed by you. Soon you will lose this channel. Big girl. So you ask for people to become members. You folks can come through and read it yourself. But there you go. You can see this is a pretty harsh reaction here. Back when her chin was a little more flaccid. Her chin is got a life of its own. And I see some of your comments here. I'm not able to see them I'm not able to display them, but I'm reading here. She thinks of herself as such a celebrity. Canada, I agree with you. She is totally not. Excuse me, she's a public figure, but she is not a celebrity because there's nothing to frickin' celebrate. But I think we're going to close it out here. I wanted to end it with a little bit of foodie, but we just don't have enough time tonight. So I think we're going to close it out here. You folks have been a fantastic audience. Thank you so much for coming through. All of the lurkers, all the chatters, you're all very much appreciated. All the channel members, of course. I'd like to say thank you again for the memberships, the renewed membership from Hippieista and the super chat from Canada Cool. Thank you so much, Hippieista, and thank you again, Canada Cool. Very much appreciated, both of you. I'd also like to thank all of the commenters. I'd like to thank all of the lurkers, all the people watching the replay. My apologies if I missed any of your comments. And hopefully you have a great night. Get some rest. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's right, Alicia. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. If you are enjoying this content, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel tremendously. And if I missed any of your comments, well, I will hopefully see them when I watch the replay. I usually try to watch the replay. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening. Good night, Canada Cool. Good night, Mistrella. Good night, Nora. Lizu. Good night, Southern Squirrel Nutty. I don't even see how she got reminded. Neither do I. Good night, Tracy. Rebecca Tracy. Good night to anybody else who I missed.